I'm going to be walking you through our LinkedIn outreach process and showing you how it's drastically different than anything you ever tried or seen before. Now, you may have done some DIY LinkedIn outreach in the past. Maybe you worked with an agency or freelancer. But when it comes to LinkedIn outreach, most people make the same mistakes over and over. And the first thing they do is typically go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator and build a search that looks something like this with company headcount, headquarters, job title, and geography. They'll go and grab a LinkedIn automation tool and put that URL in. Then they'll go to Google and type in LinkedIn outreach templates to find some proven LinkedIn outreach messages. They'll copy and paste those templates into an automation tool and start blasting away. And they may get a few leads here and there from people that are desperate or people that, just actually are really interested. It's possible. But the unfortunate side is that a lot of these messages get just completely overlooked. They get ignored because people see the same templates over and over. A lot of times people can even look in there. It's very common for people to look in their LinkedIn inbox to see new pending connection requests and see the exact same message from multiple people on the same day. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're drastically different from every other approach that you've seen out there today. So the first thing that we do differently is that we get completely creative and take a totally unique approach, thinking outside the box when it comes to LinkedIn lead sourcing. So instead of sourcing leads just from a standard LinkedIn Sales Navigator search, we'll try to grab the low-hanging fruit first. We'll look for example, maybe you're an ERP software company. Type in ERP just to look up that topic. We'll see that we can target groups related to ERP. We can target events. We can target posts that are about ERP as well. And one of my favorites is events. So what we could do is we could basically retarget your competitor's LinkedIn event audience. So if your competitors are running events around LinkedIn, around ERP software, then we can reach out to these 1,791 people. We can filter that list down to your ICP. So using your filters like company size, geography, industry, things like that. Those things are important, but applying those filters to a better lead source that actually has interest behind it. We know that the people that are attending the ERP webinar are actually interested in ERP as opposed to these people. We can't say that. So what we do is we'll target those people, we'll reach out, we'll mention the webinar, the acceptance rate's a lot higher, you have common ground, the conversation, it's easier to start a conversation, they don't feel like they're getting spammed, and the results are much better. So we apply that same methodology in different ways. We can target people in groups. Sometimes the best approach just to analyze your existing customer database. So actually paying customers of yours, the best ones, grouping them together, doing kind of a quick cluster analysis to understand what do they have in common, and then building a lookalike audience using LinkedIn Sales Navigator in that way. We may run the leads to another filter, like maybe there's some other criteria that they have to meet in order for them to be a good qualified lead. Some of that may require some manual review on our part, looking at their website, reading about certain things. But what we'll do is we'll handpick these leads for you and make sure that we're getting the best leads and not just building a big, broad spam database. And then secondly, we avoid the common terminology. So we don't use these, copy paste templates. We think outside the box. We look at your LinkedIn inbox. We try to adapt to the way that you speak and kind of use some of the uncommon words that you would use that make you unique. And then what we'll also do is really try to think outside the box and find ways that we can personalize each message by looking at the person's profile and finding things that we have in common, something we can compliment them on. Recent company news, something that will make them feel like they're talking to a real person, mentioning things that only someone who took the time to look at their profile would notice. So that it kind of sets you apart from all the other spammers out there that are just blasting people with the same message. And then lastly, we do all of this 100% manual. We don't, use the fully automated sequence like our competitors do and like most people do. So we do use some automation. We have our own outreach system. We do automate just the connection request message so that we can A, B, C, D test different variations. You can see here we have 4 different variations of connection request message, and we're able to use real data to optimize the acceptance rate to get the maximum acceptance rate. So there is some value there, but after they've accepted the connection request, it sends a Slack notification on a dedicated Slack channel to notify our account managers. And we manually go in and take a look at each LinkedIn profile, and we personalize each outreach attempt, every follow-up, every intro message. And we have like a inbox feature here that allows us to add labels to leads when they become qualified or when they reach a certain status, like they're interested, requested a meeting, things like that. And we can set up an integration with Zapier so that when we tag a lead as qualified, it can even send that lead right into your CRM, saving you a lot of valuable time on data entry. So our process is very straightforward. It's very, personalized to your needs. Our clients consistently generate like 1 to 2 leads per day on average with our outreach process. And it's because we handpick the best leads. We avoid words that scream template, and we manually follow up with your leads, asking them questions, qualifying them, making sure that you're not wasting your time when you jump on a call with them. So you can see results from our clients here. You can see how Isaac Shapiro was so impressed with the outreach that we did to him, with the questions that we were asking him in LinkedIn, that he actually hired us to do his outreach. And we generated some amazing results for Isaac. For Tim Beck, we generated $96,000 in sales pipeline in just 1 week from our outreach, reaching out to companies that we found to be a good fit for their they have a solution they offer for Salesforce that allows people to bolt on some additional features. And we were able to generate some really high value clients for SaaS Steps just in 1 week of outreach. For Todd Taylor, we completely filled his inbox up. We got his phone ringing off the hook with leads pouring in for his real estate business. And our services cut through all the BS. We don't go back and forth with the proposals or trying to find out what a customer is worth to you so that we can charge you more. We definitely want to know what your customers are worth so we can help quantify the value of our service, but we're not going to charge you more because of that. Like if you have a higher customer value, we're not going to charge you any more. Our service is flat fee. So if you just want to grow your connections, you want to get our help with building the list and setting up the process to connect and A/B testing the connection request messages to maximize the people that accept, and you want to handle everything else from there, it's $4.99 per month. If you want us to actually send warm introduction messages, like those personalized intros to your target audience, and you want us to do a lot of A/B testing with your intro message variants, and you want to really like get a good campaign that will allow you to kind of get warm introductions to your prospects, but you can handle the follow-ups on your own, that's where the $9.99 per month plan comes in. And this top package is 100% full service. So we'll reach out, we'll connect, we'll send those personalized intro messages, we'll follow up manually with your prospects, we'll ask them questions, we'll qualify them, we'll tag them with our inbox feature, push the lead straight to your CRM. We also handle third-degree connections differently. So there are some new limitations with LinkedIn. Well, they're not new. I mean, they're relatively new. I guess within the past year or so, LinkedIn has changed things so that you can't send 100 connection requests a day anymore. You can send 100 a week on average. Well, we found ways to overcome some of those limitations. One of those being taking third-degree connections and putting them into in-mail campaigns. So our system has the ability to not only discover the person's contact information, like their email and phone number, but it can also see if they have an open profile. And if they have an open profile, we can send them free in-mails that don't deduct from your in-mail credits. So we're able to put a personalized message in their LinkedIn inbox that's highlighted, but also it goes straight to their email. So even if they're not as active on LinkedIn, they'll get that message. And even if they're not a second-degree connection with you, they'll still get the message. We can also do that with leads that, from your connection request campaign. We can be very strategic about, sending them in-mails on those high-value deals. So if you're interested in learning more about our service, I'm happy to jump on a call in the first week or so, like on the day one, like we'll do a kickoff call with you. We'll go through and spend an hour with you to get to know your business, get to know your target audience, and build like a prospect list live with you on the call there. We'll optimize your profile. We'll write all of the messages 100% custom. We'll handpick your leads. We'll set up the outreach system. We'll provide reports for you. And then usually within 5 to 7 business days, your account's live. We aim to get the account live as quickly as possible so that we can get you results as quickly as possible. We know that the faster we can get you the results, the more likely you are to refer business to us. So if you're interested, I highly recommend going to our website, learning more about what we do, and then booking a call. We're happy to spend 30 minutes with you and see if you're a good fit for this.